This is the Serengeti as never seen before, viewed through the eyes of East African guides Richard Knocker and Jombi Kivuyo, award-winning wildlife photographer Paul Joynson-Hicks, and inspirational filmmaker Eliza Powell. For the first time in decades, this extraordinary wilderness stands almost empty, a unique but bittersweet time to be here. Over 8 days, they'll be bringing you a rare glimpse of the Serengeti and all its inhabitants in a visual diary. We hope this encourages you on your own safari, so together we can continue to conserve this precious wilderness.
Good morning. It's great to be here again, and this is my office, and I've been coming here for the last 20 years and just have been fabulous every day. No safari has ever been alike, and that is what really makes it to me special. You know, and what is so interesting is even my family do accept that, you know, me being a safari guide is what I love and not a job. Recently took my family on safari, Joyce and the boys and the girl, Janice, and we all love it. You know, they all had a really good time. It's really great to share this piece of the planet Earth with the rest of the world. And that is, to me, it's a passion, and I really love it.
Jombi?
Go ahead, Richard.
How are you doing, man?
A very good morning, doing well.
Fantastic. Sasa hapa tulipo tumepata sharubu, kuna kundi ndogo.
Safi sana, na sisi tuko na fisi hapa anazunguka gari.
He's curious.
So here we are, just out of camp, 10 minutes out of camp, and we've already found fresh lion tracks going our way. Okay, so a couple of minutes back, you know, we found one set of lion tracks on the road, and as we're going along, it's now been joined. There are now 2 or 3 lions. There's 2 playful females there. So this vervet monkey has seen our lions, and this is his alarm call. He's telling everybody, lion, watch out, lion. He's sitting right up on top of this tall acacia tree right by the river. So we've got a stalking lioness here. Off to our left there's a mixed herd of wildebeest and zebra. Now there is a patch of open ground between her and them. She's nearly 100 meters away from the line of wildebeest, which is far too long, far too far unless she could see a lame one. So she's given up on those wildebeest she was looking at before. They've exited stage left, but she's looking around to see what else is around.
Good morning. So a little photo tip for today is really a conceptual one. So we're in the Serengeti, and one of the most iconic sites of the Serengeti is the umbrella acacia, the acacia tortillis. And so we found a beautiful one. It's got a beautiful flat horizon. So what I'm really suggesting is, if you find yourself, even as a wildlife photographer, somewhere that has iconic trees, don't forget to take pictures of the trees and the bushes. So let's just have a look. Now, I'm going to put it in the bottom third of the frame. So you can break the frame down into thirds, long ways and up and down ways. And I'm going to show you now on a picture the photo, and then with the bottom thirds, because what you don't want to do is have too much foreground like that. And you don't want to have a wonky horizon like that. So all you do is you put it in the bottom third, you give it lots of space to breathe, and then you can get a cracking, iconic picture. Let's try it.
We found a herd of zebras, and they are moving from the southern plains of the Serengeti, constantly moving toward the Seronera, because the plains are drying out, and the Seronera has really a lot of river flowing, a lot of pools, and they're all moving because, you know, there's green places for feeding, and drinking. So these are water dependent animals, so they constantly move looking for good grazing and drinking areas.
So, Paolo, tell me.
What did you just see? And okay, you saw it, which is really good. We've just seen a leopard. Come on, so exciting! It's just over there. So we're going to go and drive and see it, and try and get a great picture of it. So exciting! Yeah, we've seen a leopard.
We've been feeling a little bit jinxed, to be honest. You know, here we are in Seronera, which is not quite a guarantee, but usually finding leopard is not too tricky. So he's doing the classic leopard thing, dangling paw, dangling tail, relaxing down. Look, down comes that paw.
Oh, he's heading down.
So here's something I found earlier on during our game drive. It's this little piece of shiny black rock. It's actually a kind of volcanic glass, which is, you know, it's a very beautiful thing, but can be very useful as well. Now, one of the things that's really interesting about this is that, as far as I know, it doesn't occur naturally anywhere in this ecosystem. So immediately you have to ask yourself, how did it get here? So I've created this little story in my mind to explain it, and the way I see it is that a band of hunter-gatherers, some of our early ancestors, thousands, tens of thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of years ago, they were walking somewhere in the Rift Valley. Somebody found a big chunk of this rock, put it in their pouch for later use, and weeks or even months later they found themselves in this vicinity, maybe during the hot part of the day, sitting around with their mates, having a good old gossip, and pulled out the lump of this rock and started working away at it with another rock, chipping off shards and offcuts in order to make a stone tool, maybe an arrowhead or a blade, a cutting blade of some kind. Now, I'm not saying this is a stone tool. I don't think this would be useful. I think this is one of the offcuts from that process. And yeah, so I love this thing. I really love it. So now I've got a quiz. You've noticed I very carefully avoided telling you what it is, and I'm sure many of you know, so that's what the quiz is. Please, who can tell me what this chunk of shiny black volcanic glass is? There it is.
Yes, these guys look ugly. Look at their face, they always look out.
They don't look ugly.
You see, he's raising up the nose, trying to pick up a smell.
Yeah.
The ears are lower, trying to pick up the sound.
So you didn't actually mean ugly, you meant mean.
Mean, yeah.
Mean, yeah. They do look mean.
Yeah.
They do, that's true. Magnificent creatures. They're a lovely thing to see at the end of the day.